So, Republicans have taken basically all forms of government. Okay, that's fine. That's good. I'm glad. We might actually see a little bit of a return to normalcy here. In fact, I'm actually celebrating. I kind of proved a point here. Um, yeah, go figure. Right? Right. Okay. So what does this mean? This Republican victory for the rest of us? Well, I think the first thing that comes to my mind as far as things to say about the matter is Republicans, we gave you the power to fix the things that the Democrats have effed up for the last 10 years. Unlike the last 10 years that we've tried to do this with you in the past, don't mess it up, please. In fact, one second. In fact, the onus is on you. Ooh, that's good. To not mess it up. See, here's the thing that a lot of voters are tired of seeing on both sides of the aisle. We elect you to do something and it doesn't get done. Okay? Now, I'll celebrate your victory because I voted for you. But number one, don't let it go to your head. Number two, do what we put you in office to do and uphold our rights, which is what we hired you to do, basically. So, yeah, there's that. The thing that we don't want is another round of do-nothing Republicans, which is something your party is kind of well known for. In fact, the do-nothing is kind of a habit for you people. So, why not? Why can not? It's almost like someone don't want me out here doing this. There we go. Now, here's the thing. We gave you the levers of power through Donald Trump. Because his agenda, while not perfect, is kind of the closest thing to what we want that we're going to get. Okay? We want our butter to stop being close to $5, $6, $7 a pound. We want to be able to afford food and all the basic necessities, something that, for whatever reason, Joe Biden has been unable to accommodate. Now, I don't understand why. I don't understand why Kamala Harris and Joe Biden kind of just like outright refused the requests of many, many Americans when we basically got down on our hands and knees and begged them to please fix the problem. Well, then they couldn't be bothered. Just like with the border, by the way. We had, how many opportunities did we give you to fix that? You could have closed that border on day one. But you thought that we would just sit by and let you throw a bunch of what? What did you think? That we were just going to sit down and let you throw a bunch of illegals on the voting rosters and not say two words about it? Excuse me, the Constitution is quite clear about who's allowed to vote in the elections. Now, notwithstanding certain states might have man, that really does help. But I haven't lit one of these in so long. Not since my daughter was born, that's for sure. Anyway. So here I am, smoking a cigar on the porch in the middle of fall. Not really the coldest day ever, but not exactly warm either. To kind of tell anyone who will listen this point. This very, very effective point. There we go. Please, for the love of God, don't mess it up. We want our prices back to some form of normalcy. We want our country back. As a gamer, I would like to have my video games back. That'd be amazing. We're kind of sick of having ideologies that we may or may not align with shoved down our throats all the time because video games are supposed to be an escape. But where's that escape when the stuff you're trying to escape from follows you to it? If I wanted to be screamed at by human resources, I'd go back to working for Walmart. Kind of thing. And that's a joke. It's not meant to deride the human resources at Walmart. Actually, at the Walmart that I worked at, HR was the least of my problems. In fact, they never were a problem for me. They were great. So what is the problem here? You got 3 people for Senate majority, and you're having trouble picking which one because one of them voted, all 3 of them voted for some form of gun control, which means that most of your gun lobby guys are going to be losing their friggin' mind, which, newsflash, I'm kind of one of them. But at the same token, I realize that that's how things panned out. I don't know. It's kind of a don't know which one we're going to get moment. But I am definitely against Cornyn. 100%. Cornyn is... No. That bipartisan Safer Communities garbage has been just a pain in the... It's terrible. It needs to go. Just like the 3-day waiting period needs to go in Maine. I feel like a right delayed is a right denied, and I would love to see the Supreme Court take that. I absolutely would. Does that mean I'm going to be the one to bring it? Probably not. I'll probably just wait until the Republicans retake Maine again and flip her red again. And I'll just watch that bill get thrown out the window again. Just like every other Democrat priority. So, it just amuses me that the Republican Party in the Senate right now at large seems pretty dead set on kind of effing itself into a corner. And the rest of us are like, wait, before you do that, can we have some cheaper groceries, please? Can we have some better prices on our fuel and not freeze to death over our winters, please? I'd appreciate it. Before you go. Yeah, we would appreciate it largely. But I do believe that the biggest thing that we have to worry about is letting in a rhino as the Senate lead. Because then you ain't getting nothing done. Nothing's going to get done. Immigration's going to be stalled. Balancing the budget's dead. It's all just going to circle the drain at that point. So, as far as who the right person is for the job in the Senate, I really wish I had an answer. I really do, because I don't have an answer. Out of the three that we were given, I like Scott, but Scott, people need to remember that Scott passed red flag laws and signed them when he was state level in Florida. I mean, he could have learned from his mistake, and he has been pretty vocally supportive of Trump. Now, that doesn't really mean much. That just means that he's willing to run his mouth and do whatever it takes to get in a higher office. That's all that says. There is no definite yay or nay on that. Thune has a couple smaller shenanigans that are kind of... But Cornyn was bipartisan Safer Communities Act, and all the atrocities that brought upon the Second Amendment, so I'm definitely against him. I don't know. I did have an earlier video where I was kind of going over this stuff on Wikipedia. It's kind of funny. All mention of Rick Scott doing red flag laws in Florida is just completely gone. Almost like the left are the ones who want Scott. And the same thing for Cornyn. They don't even mention the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act on Wikipedia. So, I mean, take what you will. But you know what I'm doing? I'm doing a little happy dance. Because we now have the ability to secure the border, the ability to drill, baby, drill, and get our energy independence back. And I get to do this right here over someone who is not politically with the establishment without having to worry about the establishment kicking in my door. Yeah. So you know what? I think I'm going to enjoy this and the whiskey I got with it. And by the way, just to show, I'm not a heavy drinker, so small amount, very small. And yeah, I think that's going to be my day. To those of you who know me, you know that I don't smoke anymore. This was literally just celebratory, and I don't have any intention of actually inhaling this stuff because I know what it's made of. But I did actually go out and get the imported ones. I don't remember where they said it was imported from, but it could be imported from like Germany for all I know, right? That being said, even though I'm not actually inhaling it, what a head rush. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Hit the comments section. Kind of give your what for on that, because I'd like to know what does the greater public about this think in general. I know I usually do very opinionated videos, and this one's been pretty opinionated as well. But I think we might have 4 years of relative peace and prosperity, and I don't know what's going to come after those 4 years. So I'm going to take this opportunity to get everything in order that I can. That's home ownership, energy independence for myself. I'll be looking at several options on that. I can't wait for the European country that's working on the miniature nuclear reactors. I hope that becomes a thing. Not having to have a power bill anymore. That'd be great. That would be amazing. Um, I have considered solar panels, and they are an option, more or less a backup option. Yeah, like I said, I don't drink much. That's just to facilitate this a little bit. Um, I don't know. There's a lot of thought that has to go into things. Well, the biggest thing is we got to remember solar panels have a shelf life. They do. So how can I get one that the shelf life extends to what I want? That doesn't break the bank. Nah, that's a future research project, I guess. Right now, though, now I'm going to ask y'all the big question is, let's say I was Big Daddy government and was willing to listen to what you were saying. The question to you is, what would you want? Well, I know what I want. I want the government out of my life in general. That's in all ways, shape, and form, unless I do something to warrant, an actual court order or something. That's kind of where I'm at on that. Now, I don't know. That's going to be a point of very fine introspection. What do I want beyond just the government not being up my skirt all day every day? Like they somehow have the responsibility to literally be up my caboose nonstop. Well, better entertainment. That is only the top thing that comes to mind. But cheaper food, I've already said. Cheaper fuel, I've already said. More free. Here's one. More freedoms to go out and do stuff without having to worry about potentially being stabbed for it. Right? Like, come on. This is America. We're supposed to be Western civilization. Where's the civilization if a little girl can't walk down the street without having to worry about being kidnapped? Can we do something about that, maybe? Maybe we can start fixing some of the more intense social issues. Here we go. Here's a good social issue for you to fix. I remember when I was a kid, I lived out in Bush, Alaska. I used to be able to go to the school playground. Never once had to worry about being picked up by a stranger. What's up with that? Why can't we just go back to that? Why can't I go with my daughter to a playground? Pick up my phone to answer an emergency call without having to look over my shoulder at her to make sure that no freak's trying to take her. That's my question. What can we do culturally and politically to fix that? Where is the answer for that? Because I don't have it. I do not have it. I'm not. I mean, would you prefer chomos, I guess? But that only solves that one problem. What about the rest of the freaks out there who do it? The ones that ain't that way? I don't know. I do not know. What I do know is this cigar really wasn't worth what I paid for it. But it's all right. I mean, I've had few better. I also know that maybe we can stop this country from circling the drain. Because I'd really like to not have to go into a war, you know? And I'd really, really like to not have to fight foreigners or my own countrymen over the things we disagree on. I'd like it if we could just sit around a table and have a turkey dinner and not argue. It's kind of where I sit. Like, I am not really a political fanatic in that regard. I'm more fanatical religious than I am political. Politically fanatical, definitely, by a long shot. The only reason I voted for Trump was because he had the best deal on the table, or offered the best deal on the table. Now, whether he used car salesman does or not, that's irrelevant, because when a politician gets up there, you're getting used car salesman, like, regardless. That is a risk. It is a 50% chance that you are not going to get what you voted for. Okay? And that's the way that it is. In fact, if you're a single issue voter, it's more like it's a 10% chance you'll get what you want, 90% chance you won't. That's why I'm not single issue. Try to adjust this a little bit because I only got like 3.5 minutes left. What do I want? Well, now that the Republicans have taken the important seats, I think we're going to wrap this one up with one simple clip. You got all the power. Use it the way that we want you to use it, and please don't screw it up. That I think is the most important mandate. You know what we want. You know what we need, because we've said it on repeat. We need cheaper groceries. We need cheaper energy. We need better transportation and cheaper transportation, which means better gas that lasts longer in the tank. And we kind of just need you to do your jobs, really, which I know Republicans aren't known for that. Again, it's kind of been an albatross of a name around their friggin' necks, but I'm hoping that this time things will be different. Because, to be blunt, and I'm going to be honest, I would consider public office as a person, but I'd really rather not have to. I have other things I want to do with my life. I want to be a video game streamer. I want to get my video game that I'm working on published. I got other stuff that I'm doing, right? Trying to raise my kids, have a good time doing it, and live my life. I think that we elected you to do the job, and I shouldn't have to step in, because when you say you're going to do something, you really ought to do it. And I think that's going to be my closing sentiment is do your jobs. Please just get our prices down, make lives better for us here. Get some things rolling because we need it done. But hopefully everyone has a spectacular day. This has been Zero. I'm out. Oh, and if you're liking this video, hit the like button, subscribe, share it with some friends. Get them to watch it. I hope everyone has a nice day.